Whatever path you are on, whatever inspired you to come here today, we honor you and we welcome you. And now, our message.
For an evocation, for a centering, for a uniting with ourselves and each other. Just close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so and take this moment and remember that song we just sang, to weave us together, to realize that we are part of something so grand, so great, so magnificent, this divine, intelligent, creative universe, that we are a part of it, that we are woven into its very fabric, that it flows through us, creates through us, manifests. And in that place, there is great peace and calm. There's a knowingness of who we are and our deepest desires. And together with a single voice, a single mind, we make a difference in our lives, in our community, in the world. It all flows through the one. So in that knowingness, in that sense of peace and joy, community and love, just release that, letting go and saying with me, and so it is. And I would like to invite Rev.Ali up for our message for the day.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We're juggling a few things around here today. I'm sitting. Thank you. Do we have any? There's something. What is? Oh. Thank you, Kevin. Do we have any people here new for the very first time? If we do, we have a gift for you afterwards back at the book table. So please stop by and receive your gift from us. And then if anyone's in need of a gift, just because, you can also stop by and the book table and purchase a gift. Okay, wow. As you can see, I'm sitting down today because I recently, last week, had foot surgery, and I'm recovering and recuperating very well. And thank you for your love and your care and your support and your prayers throughout the past couple of weeks. I found it interesting, and when I was on I have a mentor and a coach, and some of you were here to see Felicia speak a couple of months ago, and I was sharing with her what's been going on in my life, and that I just had this surgery on my foot to remove a little bone spur, a little annoying little thing on the bottom of my foot. And she asked me about my talk this Sunday and what it was about, and I said, well, it's about the power of honor and taking a stand. And she just laughed at me, and you know, metaphysically, I'm just wondering, you know, how the planets align to prompt me to deliver a talk on taking a stand on a day where I have to sit. So I would say that that's just God or Spirit or the universe and its wicked sense of humor. So we've had, this is a great month because it's May, and the month of May we've been focusing on the topic of attraction, the law of attraction. And the first Sunday, I spoke about oneness. And really the very first step in understanding that we are creative beings that can utilize the incredible power of our mind to co-create our own experience, co-create with the greater mind or the spirit, co-create our experience. The very first step in really understanding how the law of attraction works is understanding the principle of oneness, that we're all one, that we're interconnected, and that our mind, our little mind inside our head is connected to the greater mind. And through our mental faculties, we can connect with the greater body of information, wisdom, intelligence. So oneness is the principle that we sort of ground into as we start to understand what it means to work with the law of attraction, or understand that we are creative beings and we create through our minds. And then I talked about Master of the Mirror on the second Sunday. Master of the Mirror, and I talked about the fact that each of us are the masters of not only our mind, we get to choose the thoughts we think, but we also are the masters of the mirror. What does that mean? Whatever shows up in our world, that's what I'm calling the mirror. So we are the masters of what shows up. Now that's the great news, and the really annoying news about this teaching is that somehow we are responsible for what shows up in our lives. Now some people hear that message and they're gone, they're done. They're like, that's not true, I didn't create this. And if she's going to say that, then she's completely off her rocker and I'm not coming back. Well, luckily that's not you, unless it's our new timer. So we can master what shows up. How do we do that? We do that by utilizing the amazing power of our mind to focus our attention on what we truly would love to have in our life. More peace, more harmony, more creativity, deeper relationships, more financial freedom, health, whatever it is that we want that would make our life more fulfilling, whatever it is that we want that is a vehicle for allowing us to bring forth our divine gifts and share them with creation. Whatever it is that we truly want, that's what we are encouraged to focus our attention on, so that the universe then mirrors it back to us. Like attracts like. Consciousness attracts consciousness. And quantum physics is really backing this up, or proving this for us. That everything is made of energy, information and energy. And it is the person that's witnessing something, whatever that something is, life in general, it is the witnessing consciousness, me and you, that affect the subatomic particles that will show up as the perfect job, your soulmate, more abundance and prosperity. So truly, what we focus on, where we direct our attention, energy flows where our attention goes. And science is proving this. And next week I'm going to be sharing a talk based on the teachings of Dr. Joe Dispenza, who is now backing up this whole theory that the founder of Science of Mind, one of his mottos is change your thinking, change your life. Well, Dr. Joe Dispenza, who is a neuroscientist and doctor, is saying the same thing in his books. Change your thinking, change your brain, and change your life. Maybe he's the reincarnation of Dr. Ernest Holmes. I don't know, I'm just making it up. I don't know. Who knows? So we're sort of building here through the month of May on this trajectory of information, of energy, of wisdom regarding the law of attraction. So part of my personal mission and vision, what I stand for is to help educate individuals to understand their innate power, the power of their mind. That's what I stand for. That's what I believe in. I believe in helping to empower individuals to tap into their naturally gifted qualities and capacities to make a huge change, not only in their own lives, in their own health, their own body, the body of their life, their relationships, all of that. Whenever Michael gives me cues from the back, from the side row, he throws me completely off. Don't do that, Michael. Thank you. So today I'm talking about standing in your power. The power of honor. And what does it mean? Honor. And today Rev.Ali talked about honoring the troops. Honoring those that have gone before us and stood in honor. So we're a country that has utilized honor to do many, many things. And what I want to share with you today is, what does honor mean for us as metaphysicians? How can we tap into the amazing power and energy of honor to create a life that works and help co-create a world that works for all of us? How can we do that? So I want to sort of dive into this idea of honor. So what is honor? And each of you have your own ideas of this. Honor to me is an emotion. It's a feeling and a force. It is what we feel when we're truly seen, when somebody really sees you for who you are, really honors you for who you are. Doesn't that bring a feeling within you? It feels really good to be seen, to be honored. So maybe this week, spend some time with someone. Maybe it's a good friend, maybe it's a family member, maybe it's someone you haven't spoken to in a long time. Spend some time with them, give them a ring, have a cup of coffee or tea together, and spend some time listening to them. Listening to each other's story. I don't mean the negative story necessarily, but listen to them with new ears. And see if you can develop a deeper sense of awareness of who they are and what they stand for. And in that way, when we honor each other in that way, when we listen to each other in that way, when we support each other in that way, we cultivate and activate this incredible creative power of honor. It aligns us with who we really are. As we recognize, this is the magic of this kind of thing. When we recognize someone else for who they are, it mirrors back, magically mirrors back our ability to recognize ourselves. Now this is really conscious living, or very mindful living, that brings greater meaning to life. Living in honor awakens us to this philosophy that we teach here. You've heard the Namaste blessing given. Many of you take yoga classes, many of you have Kriya Yoga practices where you move energy through your body to heal and balance the chakra system. Namaste is a blessing. So why do we say that blessing? Gandhi said that this is what Namaste translates as: I honor the place in you where the entire universe resides. A place of light, of love, of truth, of peace, of wisdom. I honor the place in you where, when you are in that place and I am in that place, there is only one of us. So as you sit with your friend this week and you simply have a cup of tea and listen with the ears of the heart, not so much the ears of that analytical mind that wants to fix and wants to give comments and, that type of thing, but listen from the heart and feel the energy and the honor that is cultivated through Namaste, where you're both in that space where there's only one of you. Where there's only one of you. And compassion is born through that exchange, through that honor. Compassion is born. What is compassion? We throw that word around a lot. And we know we can feel compassion and empathy when someone's going through something. But many of the Tibetan Buddhist monks clarified compassion as really being a mix of two things. It's non-judgment. It's sitting with someone, not judging them, but just being. Somehow we've developed this grand notion that judging people is a good plan. It doesn't work so well. Discernment is important and judgment is important in certain areas, but when it comes to cultivating relationships, non-judgment, of just allowing that being to be whoever they are, to have whatever thoughts that they have, to stand for whatever they stand for, and just truly listening and feeling that, connecting with them on that level. Non-judgment. And the second part of the Tibetan Buddhist idea of compassion is unconditional love. So we sit with our beloved, and it doesn't just have to be the person you're having a cup of tea with, it could be everyone. Imagine if we sat with everyone with this level of integrity, this level of honor, non-judgment and just unconditional love. You're just like an open vessel of presence. There's that aspect of honor that I share with you today. Honor is an emotion you feel when you're standing for something sacred to you. So what do you stand for that is sacred for you? You could be someone that really stands for your family. You could be someone that stands for your country. You could be someone that stands for whatever you do for your vocation. What is it that you do? Do you stand for it? Another way of saying stand for it would be, are you all in? Are you saying yes? Is it something that you're so invested, your heart is invested in, that you're willing to ignite this amazing power of honor by taking a stand? Maybe it's taking a stand for something in the midst of a great challenge, a crisis. Isn't that when we're really called to take a stand? In the midst of something that's maybe difficult. I've experienced that. Taking a stand when it felt like nobody else was taking a stand. I've taken a stand when my son was ill. I couldn't be lost in grief. I needed to take a stand. In the face of facts, in the face of the doctors saying that he wouldn't live, in the face of the prognosis, You're called to stand sometimes for what you believe in. And I personally believe in the power of my mind and my thoughts and my words and my actions. So I took a stand for my son's healing in the face of what other doctors, the MDs, the minor deities, were saying. I've taken a stand in my marriage. I take a stand, I stand up, I honor that marriage, and it can be really challenging sometimes. But I've taken a stand. I'm all in. So when I identify in my life what I'm committed to, that gives me the power, the will. And then the universe rushes in to support me even more. The right people show up. The right opportunities present themselves. And it all started from within. It's always that way. It is always that way. It's an inside job. We develop the consciousness for what it is that we want, and then the universe mirrors back to us. So what are you willing to take a stand for today? Oh. Thank you. So I want to do a little exercise with all of you. I'd like you all to just close your eyes for a moment. And in a minute I'm going to have you stand, but not yet. So if you're like me and have a cup of tea or coffee right near your foot, go ahead and move it now, because I spilled mine just a while ago. So, close your eyes. And take a minute to explore what it is you really value. We need to be able to put these great spiritual ideas and spiritual practices and principles into action and make them tangible. So it's one of my missions, something I stand for, which is to give people an experiential, so that they can feel what it feels like to integrate this teaching. So, what is it that you value? Just take a moment to think about your life right now. And I'm sure there's many, many things, but maybe there's one that kind of just naturally bubbles up into your awareness as the top one today. It might be different tomorrow, but we're not concerned with tomorrow because we're standing in the now. So right now, what has deep meaning for you? What cultivates a feeling of honor? What do you stand for? And I want you to see yourself engaged in this somehow. See yourself engaged in this value, this stand. See yourself standing strong and tall and alive with this value. Feel the feeling of honor in this stand. This is a gift that you came forth into time, space, reality to identify and to embody. So with your eyes closed, just take a stand right now. Stand up. And take your hands and place them over your solar plexus, which is just above your navel. And feel a deep sense of courage and strength and power as you stand right now. So as you take a deep breath in, allow that breath to go down into your solar plexus and to expand this feeling as you exhale of power and courage and strength. This value that you have that has deep meaning for you, that cultivates a feeling of honor. Notice what the feeling of this stand brings. And now take your hands up and place them over your heart center, your spiritual heart in the center of your chest. And see in your mind's eye yourself engaged in sharing this gift with other people. So bring to mind your value, your stand, your honor, and see yourself actually in the world with people, sharing it, giving it, seeing how those other people are receiving it, the difference that it's making in those people's lives. Feel them benefiting from what you stand for and the power of your honor. Just simply feel it. Feel it touching each and every fiber of your body. Feel it expanding your heart. And now I want everyone just to take another breath. And I want you to find a partner. Find someone near to you. Open your eyes. And I want you to just take a moment to find that person. You can share with that person right now. So I want you to choose who's number A, or who's letter A and who's letter B. Who's A and who's B. No one's excluded from this. It's going to be a long time if I were waiting for everyone to find a partner. Okay, so you've got an A and a B. So I want the B's. Who's B? Who's B? Carl's B, okay. Okay, so I want B to affirm this. I want you to repeat after me, and I want you to say, does everyone have their word identified? Yeah? You all have a word or a couple of words that's what it is that you're standing for, your value. Put your hand up when you have your value identified. Does everyone know that? There's their word, their power word. Okay, good. All right, so I want letter B to say, I value. Okay, good. All right, now say, I stand for. And now I want you to affirm, I am. Okay, now I want A's to say, thank you for standing for. All right, now we're going to switch. Now it's A's turn to share with B's. Okay, so I stand for. I am. Okay, so now the other ones say, thank you for standing for. All right, now everyone give each other a high five, a hug, or an atta girl. Okay, so I encourage all of you this week to remember this exercise. Did you feel it in your body as you said it, as you affirmed that for yourself? So now your job is to really live that. This is called walking your talk. It's great to have these great spiritual intentions, but unless you're willing to be that grace, that peace, that abundance, that power, that creativity, that whatever it was that you're making a stand for today, unless you're willing to be that every day in the face of circumstances and situations that may be not aligning with your ego's idea of how things should be. So in the face of things not being the way your ego would prefer them to be, are you willing to make a stand for that? This means yes. Okay. So I will hold that for each of you. I will be a stand for each of you standing in this intention. Okay? All right, so I'd like to close with a prayer. If you will, close your eyes. So I know that right here and right now, as I stand for what I believe, that there is a power and a presence in the universe that is greater than I am, that moves through me now, that moves through all sentient beings. This power and this presence and this grand overall organizing intelligence in the universe has its way through me. And as I become aware of this, as I recognize that this is going on for all sentient beings, that we all have the ability to lift up our minds and our hearts and stand in our full integrity, stand in our spiritual truth, our spiritual identity, as powerful co-creators, as individualized manifestations of love and beauty, here for a short time on this planet, 100 years or so on this planet, to bring forth the gifts that we stand for, in order to bring more peace and love and harmony onto our planet. It is an inside-out job, and it starts with us right now, taking a stand, standing in our authentic self. So as I stand here in my authentic self, fully aligned with what the Satya Center stands for, as being a beacon of light and truth, I speak my word for everyone in this room. I say these words of prayer, these words of affirmation, knowing that every word I speak impresses into the universal mind and mirrors back to me in like. What I know for everyone in this room is that they are completely supported in their stand, that the universe rushes in to meet them to say, yes, I recognize your stand and I support you. I know and accept for each and every being in this room that is struggling, each and every being in this room and beyond that is having a difficulty in life, that there is a power and an awareness present within them, an innate wisdom that knows exactly what to do, that knows exactly how to ask for the help that is needed, that knows exactly how to say yes to receive that support. I know this for each of us, that we are not alone, that we are completely loved and supported, that our value is of such worth. Otherwise, we would not be incarnated into this body. Each of us is a precious gift, here to be and live in honor of life and each sentient being, for the highest and best good of all. This is what we stand for today, and this is what I give great thanks for. And I simply release these words, because words have power. I release them with such gratitude into the hands and mind and the heart that knows the how. And with great love for each being in this room, for great love for all sentient beings, I simply say thank you, and let's say together, and so it is. Namaste.
Thank you for blessing us with your presence today and being a part of the Satya Center. You're invited to join Rev.Ali and Rev.Lyle each Sunday morning at 10 a.m. for your dose of connection, inspiration, and co-creation. The Satya Center is located at 795 24th Street, Ogden, Utah. For directions, a map, and our service times, please see our website, thesatyacenter.org. This program was brought to you by the kind donations from the members of the Satya Center. Thank you.